Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. We want you guys to stick around for, so please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all know, I believe there was a nationally televised game yesterday, a big game against the Los Angeles Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks, and it was definitely a marquee matchup between LeBron James, the face of the NBA, I still believe at least, the face of the NBA. You had Anthony Davis. You had Chris Middleton making his big return for the Milwaukee Bucks after going out, I believe, in the second game of the playoffs last year. And then, of course, you had Giannis Antetokounmpo, who I believe most of us believe is a consensus best player in that game. Now, going into that game, I believe a lot of people thought that the Milwaukee Bucks were going to be able to beat the Lakers handily. But as a matter of fact, it was the total opposite that happened. It was a very, very entertaining game that went down to the wire. And the Lakers, surprisingly were able to come away with a 133-129 victory. It wasn't a defensive struggle, but it was a very, 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 very good game. If you look at the Lakers, LeBron James scored 22 points. He had, 28 points, 0 turnovers, which is very, very impressive. And I believe that the Lakers limiting their turnovers really gave them a chance to stay in that game. I believe they finished the game with only, how many turnovers did they finish the game with? The Lakers must have finished the game with only 4 turnovers, which is extremely impressive. LeBron finished with 28 points, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. He was 50% from the free throw line, only attempted 2 free throws. He shot 44% from the field. He did take a lot of shots. He made 50% of his threes, so he was efficient from the three-point line. But the obvious bright spot for the Lakers was Anthony Davis, who outdueled. Think about this. Anthony Davis, who a couple of years ago we were talking about, is he better than Giannis Antetokounmpo? We're trying to figure out who's the better of these two players. Anthony Davis finished that game with 44 points, 3 blocks, not a single turnover, 4 assists, 10 rebounds, shot 85.7% from the free throw line, 66% from the three, making 2 of his 3 attempts. And he shot 66, think about this, 66.7% from the field. And he was able to best Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had 40 points, of course, these are Giannis numbers, but he did have 4 turnovers. He had 5 assists, 1 block, 7 rebounds, which is not his usual self. He usually is a double-double guy. He shot 72.3% from the free throw line. He won all 3 from the three-point line, and he shot 69.6%, so basically 70% from the field. Giannis playing to his strengths. But that was a very, very dominant performance by Anthony Davis, which brings us to the core, the crux of this video, which is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is transforming back into arguably one of the 5 or 7 best players in the world right now. You would be hard-pressed to find 5 other basketball players playing better basketball than Anthony Davis. And as a matter of fact, if you look at his last 7 games, let me give you some of the numbers that he's put up in the last 7 games, minus the one I just gave you from last night. The other game against the Portland Trailblazers, he had 27 points, 3 blocks, 1 assist, 12 rebounds, 89% from the free throw line, 50% from the 3, 53% from the field. The other game, he had 25 points, 13 rebounds, very solid game. Another game, he had 25 points, 16 rebounds. Then he had 37 points, 21 rebounds, 30 points, 18 rebounds, 38 points, 16 rebounds, 37 points. These are beast mode numbers. And as one of the people that has been very, very critical of Anthony Davis in the past, I got to give him his props. You got to give him his props. This is why I think a good amount of people out there respect this platform, is because we give it up when we believe it's due. Right? We give it up. I think Anthony Davis is playing like one of the 5 best players in the world right now. And his numbers, most importantly, are contributing to wins. That's the most important part. Now, what's the rub in all of this? The rub is this. When LeBron James went out, the Lakers went 5-1. And we can see that there was a synergy beginning to build between Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was stepping up. He was playing in a very big way. And a lot of us were concerned about Anthony Davis regressing and kind of taking a back seat to LeBron James, given the fact that I believe that he has a tremendous amount of respect for LeBron. So some of us were wondering, would he be able to keep it up? Would he still be as aggressive as he was during LeBron's absence when LeBron returns? And yesterday, I believe, was a very, very, very positive sign for Laker Nation. I really, really believe that. Let me tell you something. I like what I'm seeing from the Lakers. I like the fact that they're embracing the concept of playing through AD. The fact of the matter is, this is what they should have been doing all this time. Now, obviously, there are a lot of components in that. LeBron's game, Anthony Davis not willing to really seize control of this team. But as you can see, they're a different team when Anthony Davis is the number 1 option. I believe that Anthony Davis, without a doubt, should be the number 1 shot attempt leader for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I don't think this is up for dispute. Why? Because it's a lot easier for Anthony Davis to generate points than it is LeBron. Another thing worth pointing out is this. Anthony Davis is playing to his strengths. He's not sitting out there relying so much on those. Now he can hit those outside, jumpers, but he's really focusing on getting a lot of stuff close to the basket. And also, you got to credit head coach Darvin Ham for putting an emphasis on that and drawing up schemes that gets AD going closer to the basket. He gets a lot of lob attempts. He's always going to the basket aggressively. You got to love it. To me, Anthony Davis is doing an excellent job, right? I can't condemn him because now you're seeing him play with the aggressiveness of a Giannis, and that's who he should have been all along. And as you can see, the Lakers are a totally different team when he plays like this. So the question is this, and I think it's a question that a lot of us are thinking about, that have in the back of our mind. Number 1, can he keep this up? That's the one thing. Right? Is AD going to continue to play like this? That's another question. Is this just a flash in the pan, or is this what we're going to be looking forward to in the future? That's one question. The second question is always this, which is, will he be able to stay healthy? Now, obviously, the one about his health, you can't really control that because injuries can occur. But in terms of your mental approach to things, that can stay the same. That can remain constant. That's something you do have a lot of control over. To me, although it's been a 2-week sample, I have a feeling that he can, right? I have a feeling that he can. And listen, let me tell you this. There's such a thing as hitting a switch. There is such a thing. Like, it happens, in everyday life. I'll give you guys a quick example before we close. At one point, I was extremely overweight. Then I hit a switch, stopped eating rice, stopped eating bread. Next thing you know, I can't even tell you how many kilograms I lost. I lost probably 40 pounds. So once you hit a switch, great things can happen. People do it all the time. And to me, I think he can. And if he does, man, this Lakers team, we may need to adjust. Our assumptions and predictions about this team because they look pretty good. To beat the Milwaukee Bucks, that was an impressive one. Now, some people say, Chris Middleton was rusty, but I understand it. But nevertheless, they won the game. So these are my thoughts and opinions on this. What I want to know from you guys. What do you think? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show.